guys, it's Catherine here. I wanted to show you how I organize my puppet patterns. I've been collecting puppet patterns, making puppet patterns for 15 years now, and I wanted to show you how I organize them. And what I've got here is two of my folders. Both of these contain patterns. So this one that I call Muppet Patterns for foam puppets contains puppet patterns mostly that I've designed or modified or training I've done. And this one contains all the patterns that I've purchased from the wonderful Project Puppet. But I want to show you how I organize them because it might help you organize your patterns so that you don't lose things, but also so that you can grow your patterns. So it's just a 4-ring ring binder. I prefer the 4 rings. 2 rings, when these get full of pieces, they start to tear. So I spread the weight out along the 4. This is just a pattern that I've been messing with lately. I'm putting away. So it starts off with, this particular fold starts off with a pattern I got to build in 2011 called the Terry Angus dog pattern from Puppetsmith. So I actually printed out all the instructions in case, they ever were lost. So, there's about 100 pages of instructions. But here is how I store patterns. I use these plastic binder wallets. So they've got the holes for the binder, but they've got a Velcro tab or a button. And this is where I keep the pattern pieces. They're all mounted on cardboard so that they are durable, but it means that they're here with the instructions, and this particular set here are all the pattern pieces for foam. The next binder wallet is what I use to keep all the fleece or fur pattern pieces in. I just find it easier to keep the two separate. And here's another pattern, and see. So this is pieces. This is just an ordinary, because it's just only about 4 or 5 pieces for this pattern. I just keep it in a plastic sleeve. I attend Beyond the Sock. That was last year, so I've, as soon as I brought it home, put the pieces inside one of these binder wallets. And there's some special things from Beyond the Sock last year, little bits and pieces like my name tag, things to little memories, so pieces of the Sintra. I'd never got to use it before, so I kept a piece and brought it home. The props that were made for my monkey. Behind here is a great set of practice eyes made of cardboard by Noel McNeil, and it was like a lovely little souvenir that I brought home. Something special to remember the experience by. Then there's just all these pages and pages of notes. I attended a course by BJ Guy with the Stanley School, so I keep my notes here with the pattern that I use. So there's the pattern pieces in another one of these folders. So this is how I organize. But one thing I really want to show you, if I dig down, here we go. So this is another pattern, but underneath it, here it is. I use photo or postcard pockets. So this one's got 4 pockets to a page, but it's really good for slipping in small things like, these are pieces of the BJ Guy mech that I was learning about. But I slot them in, and if I dig down a little bit further, I also use flags on my folders. So if I want to find, some nose patterns, then I just find that page, use the flag. And here's my, collection of various nose shapes that I've made. I just use scrap paper or craft paper. I don't use anything fancy, but I use these photo pockets to store the pieces in so I can slide them in and out, but they don't disappear on me. So, this is 15 years of collecting. So there's like ideas. So, in my teeth. So teeth can also double as horns, so I also call it my horn, but I've got ears. Some of the teeth are missing at the moment because I'm using them to make some teeth at my first puppets. ears. So I just used masking tape to label the pocket, but different ear shapes that I've collected or made over the years. This one's just newspaper. It says Gary the Gargoyle. He's one of my popular puppets. You know, a flapping mech. This is a larger photo pocket. It's not one of the 4, which is, I think it was like 4 by 6 inches. This is the larger format, so I can put larger pieces in. So you can see here, I can just pull it out if I need it. Keeps it nice and flat. I can see what it is. So, you know, here is Project Puppet one. So I use CD sleeves because Project Puppet, some of the patterns come on a CD, or I back them up to a CD in case my computer ever crashes when I've downloaded the PDF versions. So, but I always go with like the instructions. You know, even though I know the Project Puppet patterns quite well, sometimes I need to look at those instructions again if I get confused. So here's a, you know, a set of the patterns. But also, really importantly, I don't cut up the original patterns. I always keep them, because if I lose a piece cut out here, I've always got the original to make another copy of. So you know, there's all the instructions. There's one of these sleeves, so it's a design a friend did. So here I've actually modified an outfit to make for one of the Project Puppet patterns. So I've put those pieces of the outfit, because I could use it again, adapt it for a different puppet. I put it in one of these binder wallets with the Velcro. So I've also got little notes and things that I remind myself, you know, what do I need? Because, you know, there's the legs and feet pattern. So yes, this is how you can see all the flags. So Borsa, Mostro, Mostro Live Hands, Forma Rotundo. See, there's all the flags here. They're all backwards, but legs and feet. So it just means that it's quick and easy reference. So, and I do have a new pattern to add, because I was just at this year's Beyond the Socks. It's about to join the folder. So you can see it's already in its ring binder. All pieces are in here. I've even sorted them into what is foam pieces, what's fleece pieces, what's fur pieces, with paper clip. I just like to have things organized. I've also got a little sample piece of something we used at Beyond the Sock this year that I need to try and find here in Australia. So that's the tour of how I organize my patterns. Hope it's useful to people. But yes, I'm actually approaching the point where I need another folder. I've got so many pattern pieces. But yeah, alright, thank you. Bye everybody. Bye.